The Engineered Abyss, a lucid sketch from the threshold of singularity. In the cultural smog of the Free West, where the myth of liberty is monetized and weaponized, the academic and art sectors function not as sanctuaries of critical thought or aesthetic rupture, but as intricate filtration systems for ideological grooming. What Deleuze and Guattari unveiled in Anti-Oedipus, that the institutions of psychoanalysis, education, and politics form desiring machines, plugged into circuits of control, is not a relic of post-68 French theory, but a living diagram of contemporary institutional rot. 1,000 plateaus? No. One endless plateau of funding applications, identity signifiers, postcolonial panels curated by bourgeois professionals of guilt. The smooth spaces of potential have been striated into managerial jargon and institutional virtue. Assemblages have been flattened into keyword bingo for grant proposals. Real schizoid potential, the kind that could fracture capitalist axioms, has been tranquilized into therapeutic identity art and diversity checklists, made safe for boards, donors, and biennales. The academic class, once expected to be the rogue analysts of empire, have become its HR department. Tenure is a loyalty badge, not a license for dissent. Citational games and epistemological echo chambers keep the intellect domesticated. Chomsky warned of manufactured consent. We now live in a regime of pre-consented manufacture, where even the critique is beta tested before rollout, and radical means tweeting from inside your university's DEI conference. Meanwhile, the art world floats on a bubble of collective bad faith. Banksy is a case study in curated dissent. Anonymous enough to mystify, commodified enough to sell. The Guardian and similar organs of the pseudo-left perform moral outrage while laundering the ideological habits of empire. They cry for Gaza, then celebrate arms dealers in the next economic section. It's all theater. Debord's spectacle has become Baudrillard's simulacrum, not the image masking the real, but the image masking that there is no real. And beneath this, a creeping psychopolitical singularity advances. Not the techno-fantasy of conscious machines, but the merging of algorithmic governance, mass neurosis, and psychopathic elite consensus. The social media panopticon, the dopamine capitalism of content loops, the militarization of attention, the outsourcing of sovereignty to AI-guided logistics and surveillance systems, all points on a converging horizon. What is engineered now is not just consent, but perception itself. Post-truth is not about lies, but about informational saturation, a tactical overload that breaks down symbolic order. Foucault's prison was architectural. Ours is liquid and invisible, enforced by a feedback loop of data, distraction, and denial. The Oedipal triangle is now an octopus of platforms and feeds. Resistance is gamified. Dissent is productized. Everything is narrative until the bombs fall. So what comes next? The New World Order is not a conspiracy. It is a trajectory. Capital without friction, biopolitics without borders, technocracy without recourse, and a cultural elite who toast themselves with Prosecco while commissioning artworks about homelessness. The singularity, if we must call it that, is not AI becoming God. It is humanity being rendered surplus to its own systems. It is the last gasp of meaning before neural networks and credit systems decide what you're allowed to see, feel, or be.